You can now make online payments to Insurance Regulatory Commission of Sri Lanka via GovPay.
In 2022, an unprecedented national economic meltdown prompted widespread protests across Sri Lanka, culminating in the resignation of then-President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. As Sri Lanka gradually regains its economic footing, through a comprehensive report, the Human Rights Watch describes how Sri Lanka's successive governments have adopted policies that resulted in inadequate revenues, contributing not only Sri Lanka defaulting on its debt, but also to a decades-long decline in public education spending as a share of gross domestic product to among the lowest in the world. The report titled Tax Giveaways, Struggling Schools, How Low Taxes Drove Sri Lanka's Economic Crisis and Squandered Its Education points out that successive governments prioritizing economic liberalization since the late 1970s consistently favored tax cuts for companies and wealthy individuals while failing to build a progressive tax system capable of generating enough revenue for essential public services. According to the authors of the report, tax cuts introduced in 2019 under former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa further worsened fiscal shortfalls. As a result, Human Rights Watch finds these policy failures to have infringed upon the right to education. Sri Lanka's education spending dropped from between 3 and 5% of GDP in the 2 decades following independence, a time when the country was an education leader among post-colonial nations, to just 1.5% of GDP in 2022, among the lowest in the world. The report notes that schools in Sri Lanka now charge fees for basic resources, leaving many low-income families struggling. Furthermore, Human Rights Watch also highlights that in 2022, corporate tax exemptions alone cost the government 56% of total revenue, nearly 3 times the education budget, while low-income taxes force reliance on regressive indirect taxes like the value-added tax. The Human Rights Watch urges the current government to reform the tax system, eliminate costly exemptions, and adopt progressive measures such as a wealth tax. It also calls for international cooperation, including a UN tax treaty, to prevent global tax competition from undermining public revenue.